जशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
जशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यमुनतीरावनचारी
यमुनतीरवनचारी
यमुनतीरावनचारी
यमुनतीरवनचारी
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण
हरे
हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम राम
राम
राम
हरे
हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण
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 कृष्ण हरे
कृष्ण
हरे
हरे हरे
हरे
हरे
राम हरे
हरे
राम
राम
राम राम हरे हरे
श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीव साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनान् सहितं चैतन्य श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री
विशाखांश
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता
भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामिने
स्वामी
नामे नमस्ते
नमस्ते
सरस्वते देवे
सरस्वती देवी
गौरवाणी
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष
निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदाय कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामने गौरकृष्णे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु
जगत्पते
गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते
गोपते
तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी
वृंदावनेश्वरी
वृषभानुसुते
ऋषभानुसुते
देवी प्रणमामि
प्रणमामि
हरिप्रिये
हरिप्रिये
नीलाचल निवासाय
चक्रनिवासाय
नित्याय
नित्याय परमात्मने
बलभद्रा
जय
सुभद्रा
सुभद्रा वाम जगन्नाथ
जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च
कृपा
कृपा
सिन्धुभ्यः
सिन्धुभ्यो च
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः।
नमो नमः
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
चैतन्य
प्रभु
प्रभु
नित्यानंद
नित्यानन्द
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे
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 राम
राम
राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे।
Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining for the morning class. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are reading today from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 9, chapter entitled Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travels to the holy places, and this particular section is when Mahaprabhu visited the Sri Rangam, the famous Ranganath temple where we went last year. So here Mahaprabhu is meeting a special Vaishnava Brahmana. So let us read. Sheikhetre means in the holy place of Srirangam. Sheikhetre rahe eka Vaishnava Brahmana Devalaye ashikare Gita avartana. In the holy place of Sri Ranga Kshetra or Sri Rangam, a Brahmana Vaishnava used to visit the temple daily and recite the entire text of the Bhagavad Gita. So this Brahman Vaishnava used to visit the temple and daily he would recite the entire text of the Bhagavad Gita. Ashtadashaddhaya pare ananda aveshe ashuddha pare na loka kare upahashe. The Brahmana regularly read the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita in great transcendental ecstasy. But because he could not pronounce the words correctly, people used to joke about him. So though he would read, but he would pronounce incorrectly, and because he was not so literate. So other people who are expert in reciting Bhagavad Gita and expert in pronunciation would joke. Sometimes when we see expert people say that they joke on those who are mediocre, right? इससे कुछ आता ही नहीं. So this is a general tendency. केहो हासे केहो निंदे ताहा नहीं माने आविष्ट होइया गीता परे आनंदित मने. But due to his incorrect pronunciation, people sometimes criticized him and laughed at him. But he did not care. He was full of ecstasy due to reading the Bhagavad Gita and was personally very happy. So though other scholarly people, they would criticize, they would laugh and joke at him, but he was not least bothered. He was least bothered. And he was full of ecstasy due to reading the Bhagavad Gita and was personally very happy. Pulakashu kampasveda javata pathana dekhi anandita haila Mahaprabhu Ramana. When Mahaprabhu saw this person, this Vaishnava Brahmana is experiencing ecstasy, while reading the book, the Brahmana experienced transcendental bodily transformation. The hairs on his body stood on end. Tears welled up in his eyes, Pulakashu. His body trembled and perspired as he read. Seeing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. So he was experiencing transcendental emotions. That means he was on a very elevated platform. How many of you, when you read Bhagavad Gita, you experience all the symptoms? Please raise your hand if you experience these symptoms. How many of you? I don't feel. Some of you must be feeling, right? How many of you don't feel these symptoms? I am also one. So, that means we have a long way to go. But this Brahmana, though he was pronouncing incorrectly, and he was not so well versed, so much literate, but when he was reading Bhagavad Gita, he was experiencing this transcendental emotions. And seeing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. That means he was not making a show, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in the Paramatma's heart, as Paramatma in the heart of this Vaishnava Brahmana. So he cannot fool Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But that means he was from inside only, he was experiencing these emotions. So Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy seeing this. Let us read the purport. Very important purports. Although the Brahmana could not pronounce the words very well due to illiteracy, he still experienced ecstatic symptoms while reading the Bhagavad Gita. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to observe these symptoms, and this indicates the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased by devotion, not by erudite scholarship. This is a very important line that we should always understand. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to observe the symptoms. This indicates the Supreme Personality of God is pleased by devotion, not by erudite scholarship. The Lord is looking for this devotion. Lord is looking for that sincerity of heart. Lord is not looking for material skills. Lord is not looking for scholarship. Lord is not looking for so much of our talent, because all these things are given by Him only. Balam balavatah chaham buddhi buddhimatam sam. So all these are His mercy only. But what is the soul's property is His desire to serve Krishna, or spiritual master. That is the soul's property. So that is very unique. So Mahaprabhu is looking for that. And when somebody exhibits that property, then Mahaprabhu is very pleased. So one cannot please Supreme Personality of Godhead by his strength, intelligence, beauty, or any other material things. One can only please Bhaktya Mam Avijananti, only by devotion. Even though the words are imperfectly pronounced, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna himself, did not think this very serious. Rather, the Lord was pleased by the bhava, devotion. We also see the example of in the Ramayana, when Lord the monkey shoulders are building the bridge from India to Sri Lanka. So, not Sri Lanka, India to Lanka. So there are many big giant like monkeys like Hanuman, Nala and Nila, Angada. They're bringing big boulders and stones and putting it. And there's also one squirrel who was just putting his head in the sand and dropping it back, and then again going back and putting it. So when Hanuman saw that, Hanuman told, get, and he was coming, he was blocking his way, the squirrel. So Hanuman told, get out of my way. So Lord Ram noticed that, and Lord Ram asked Hanuman and told Hanuman, taught him a lesson that you must be bringing big boulders. You must be contributing a lot in building the bridge. But this squirrel, though he may be very small, but he is also equally giving his full capacity, serving in his full capacity with full devotion. So don't think he is doing less. So don't think him as insignificant. So from this example, Lord Ram taught that it doesn't matter what is our capacity. What matters is are we putting our best efforts to serve Krishna or not? That's what Supreme Lord is looking for. So we may be doing big service, or we may be doing small service. But if we are putting all our hearts, all our efforts, all our sincerity, then Lord is pleased. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this is confirmed. So Srila Prabhupada quotes this verse, Sadbhag Vishargo Janatago Viplavo Yasmin Pati Shlokam Avadamantavi Namani Anantasya Shankitanyat Shunvanti Gayanti Gananti Sadhava. So Prabhupada is quoting this verse because of this. On the other hand, that literature is full of description of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, and pastimes of the unlimited Supreme Lord is the different full of transcendental glories directed towards bringing about revolution in the impious lives of the world's to civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. So Prabhupada is quoting this verse, so to mention that the Bhagavatam he is presenting, like Srila Prabhupada went to America when his first canto was ready. Commentary on his first canto was ready. He went with this Srimad Bhagavatam to America. So here Prabhupada is mentioning that though this Bhagavatam may be not literally very beautiful, there may be some literally deficiencies may be there, but because this is coming in parampara, this has the potency to change the impious lives of the world's misdirected civilization. So when one is following sincerely spiritual master and the parampara, and the literary work or the service he renders is very, very valuable. Even though there is some, from material dimension, there is some discrepancy. মহাপ্রভু পুছিল তারে শোনো মহাশয় কোন অর্থ জানি তোমার এই তো সুখ হয় Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the Brahmana, my dear sir, why are you in such ecstatic love? Which portion of the Bhagavad Gita gives you such transcendental pleasure? And this is today's verse. Please repeat after me. বিপ্র কহে মূর্খ আমি শব্দার্থ না জানি
বিপ্র কহে মূর্খ আমি শব্দার্থ না জানি
শ্রদ্ধা শ্রদ্ধা গীত পড়ি গুরু আজ্ঞা মানি
শুদ্ধ শুদ্ধ গীত পড়ি
গীতা পড়ি
মানে
প্রভুজন মাতাজি in recite.
বিপ্র কহে মূর্খ আমি শব্দার্থ না জানি
বিপ্র কহে মূর্খ আমি শব্দার্থ না জানি
শুদ্ধ শুদ্ধ গীতা পড়ি গুরু আজ্ঞা মানি
শ্রদ্ধা শ্রদ্ধা গীতা পড়ি আজ্ঞা মানি ইনি মাতাজি
বিপ্র কহে মূর্খ আমি শব্দার্থ না জানি
বিপ্র কহে মূর্খ আমি শব্দার্থ না জানি
শুদ্ধ শুদ্ধ গীতা পড়ি গুরু আজ্ঞা মানি
শ্রদ্ধা শ্রদ্ধা গীতা পড়ি গুরু আজ্ঞা মানি Translation and purport by His Divine Grace of Charananda Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The Brahmana replied, I am illiterate and therefore do not know the meaning of the words. Sometimes I read the Bhagavad Gita correctly and sometimes incorrectly. But in any case, I am doing this in compliance with the orders of my spiritual master. So this is a very, very important thing, that whatever is our abilities, talents, or capabilities, we follow the orders of spiritual master strictly. So his spiritual master, the spiritual master of this Brahmana, instructed him that every day you read this Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. And his spiritual master must be knowing that he is not so literate. But still he gave this order, and he, as a sincere disciple, obeyed his order. He was not thinking, oh, what kind of instruction Guru Maharaj has given. I am not so literate. Why he is telling me to read the Bhagavad Gita? And people will laugh at me. People will joke at me. He did not think all of this. He thought, my spiritual master has given me this instruction. Let me follow this instruction to the best of my ability. The purport is very nice. This is a good example of a person who had become so successful that he was able to capture the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even while reading the Bhagavad Gita incorrectly. Spiritual activities did not depend on material things such as correct pronunciation. Rather, his success depended on strictly following the instruction of his spiritual master. So, correct pronunciation is required, but it's not the ultimate. It's like we should pronounce to the best of our ability. We should try to pronounce as correctly as possible. But more important is to pronounce if we had given the instruction. Rather, his success depends on strictly following the instruction of his spiritual master. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru tasyaite kathita yartha prakashante mahatmana. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So one who has faith in the Supreme Lord and similar faith in the spiritual master, then for him all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. Transcendental knowledge will be revealed in his heart who has implicit faith, Supreme Lord and spiritual master. And he follows the spiritual master strictly. That is the secret of success. Actually, the meaning of the words of the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, are revealed to one strictly following the orders of spiritual master. They are also revealed to one who has equal faith in Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, being faithful to both Krishna and the spiritual master is the secret of success in spiritual life. Please repeat. Being faithful to both Krishna
being
Being
faithful
faithful
to
to
both Krishna
and the
Krishna
spiritual master
and
and the
spiritual master
spiritual
the
master
secret of success in spiritual life.
is the
is the
secret of
secret of success in spiritual life.
Yes. So one has to have full faith in the orders of spiritual master and understand spiritual master is a bona fide representative of Supreme Lord. So if I follow his order, then success is guaranteed. Yasya prasada bhagavad prasado. Yasya aprasada na gati kutopi. When one follows spiritual master strictly, then he will achieve Krishna's mercy. And when he does not follow, he will not progress. So one may read Bhagavad Gita, one may read Srimad Bhagavatam. One may able to explain it nicely also, but still that knowledge is not sink to heart unless one is sincerely serving the spiritual master, the orders of spiritual master. অর্জুনের রথে কৃষ্ণ হয় রজ্জুধর বসে আছে হাতে তোত্র শ্যামলা সুন্দর. The Brahmana continued, actually I only see Lord Krishna sitting on a chariot as Arjuna's charioteer. Taking the reins in his hand, he appears very beautiful and blackish. So while reading Bhagavad Gita, he is meditating on how Lord Krishna Supreme Lord became the charioteer of Arjuna, his devotee. অর্জুনেরা কহিতেছে না হিত উপদেশ তারে দেখি হয় মোরা আনন্দ আবেশ. By seeing Lord Krishna sitting in a chariot and instructing Arjuna, I am filled with ecstatic happiness. So Mahaprabhu asked him, what is making you so happy? So he gave the answer. That seeing Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, becoming the charioteer of his devotee Arjuna and instructing Arjuna when Arjuna was confused. So that is giving me ecstatic happiness. যাবৎ পর তাবৎ পর তার দর্শন এই লাগি গীতা পাঠ না ছাড়ে মোরা মন. As long as I read the Bhagavad Gita, I simply see the Lord's beautiful features. It is for this reason that I am reading the Bhagavad Gita and my mind cannot be distracted from this. So he could realize Supreme Lord. That is the power of fulfilling the order of the spiritual master, that one can get the darshan of the Lord. One Supreme Lord's remembrance is revealed in the heart. So that is the power of spiritual master. He can reveal Krishna in our heart when we sincerely serve him by following his instructions. प्रभु कहे means Chaitanya
Gita Path is
गीता पाठे तुम्हारी
Gita Path is
अधिकार
Tamari Adhikar.
तुम से जानो हो ये गीतार अर्थ सार. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the Brahmana, indeed, you are an authority in the reading of the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you know constitutes the real purport of the Bhagavad Gita. So you know the real purport of the verses of Bhagavad Gita. According to Shastras, Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grahyam na Buddhya na cha Tikaya. One should understand the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam by hearing from a real devotee. One cannot understand simply by erudite scholarship or sharp intelligence. One cannot understand by being scholar or being very intelligent. It is also said, Gita Dhita cha enapi bhakta bhavena chetasa Veda Shastra Puranani tena dhitani sarvasa. To one who reads the Bhagavad Gita with faith and devotion, the essence of Vedic knowledge is revealed. Faith and devotion to Lord Krishna, spiritual master. All Vedic literature are to be understood with faith and devotion, not by mundane scholarship. And they are presented Bhagavad Gita as it is. There are many so-called scholars and philosophers who read the Bhagavad Gita in a scholarly way, but they simply waste their time and misled those who read their commentaries. Because these mundane scholars, they are not following any spiritual master. They are just giving their mental concoction. So their Bhagavad Gita will not change the heart of the readers. Do you see when Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita as it is came? So many people, thousands of people, lakhs of people became devotees and still making devotees. This is the result of following spiritual master and parampara, that we are empowered. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayata girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatari. The dumb man can speak eloquent poetries. The lame man can cross over mountains by the mercy of spiritual master. So we should sincerely follow the orders of spiritual master. Spiritual master means both Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru. So for us, spiritual master means Srila Prabhupada. If we are initiated by some spiritual master, then that spiritual master and all the Shiksha Gurus from whom we are taking teachings. So following them, serving them, following their instruction will help us progress in Krishna consciousness and ultimately attain Krishna shelter. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrit ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaur Premanande. And tomorrow we are having Lord Jagannath's Rath Yatra festival. Haribo. So please enthusiastically participate in this Rath Yatra. Kolkata Rath Yatra is the second largest Rath Yatra after Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. So I request all the devotees to participate in this Rath Yatra. And also we have 7-day Pandal festival at the Parkship Maidan. So please come there and take darshan of the Lord. And thus there are so many services which I put in the daily group. So as much as you have time and energy, you can engage in these services and get the mercy and distribute the mercy to people. Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments regarding today's verse or Rath Yatra services? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.